Welcome to the channel. If you like this video, why not like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Anyway, on with the story.
I do not own Naruto. Legacy of the Messiah. Chapter 2, The Fox and the Raccoon. Fire Country, Konoha/Chunin Exam Arena. He won. Sakura shouted and the crowd burst into cheers. How did he? Did you see that? Ino asked as she saw Naruto walk off towards the exit with his arm held up high, acknowledgement as he moved. Of course I did, Sakura told her as she saw Genma say a few words to Neji before the medics took him away. I can't believe the kid actually won, Izumo said as he watched. Katetsu nodded at that. I can't believe he was able to use its chakra in a stable form. Who would teach him something like that though? Not everyone is able to actually teach someone how to control a power like that, Izumo asked. I don't know, but whoever it is did a hell of a job, Katetsu stated as Naruto got back to the examines box. Yujito smirked like a cat as it stalks a mouse. He's not bad. The Raikage let a wry smile creep its way onto his face. He's interesting. A bit reckless, but if he's given enough training he could be a very formidable adversary. He kind of reminds me of them now that I think about it. Who, grandfather? Yujito asked him curiously. Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Kushina, the Raikage whispered to her. Yujito looked at him wide-eyed. Wait, his surname is Uzumaki, you don't think that he dash? The Raikage chuckled slightly. I have never heard of a blonde-haired Uzumaki before, it makes you wonder. The others in the box, however, weren't paying any attention to them since they were already deep in their own thoughts. Very good, Naruto-kun, you will definitely make Chunin if I have anything to say about it, the Hokage thought as he looked down on the competitor's box. That brat, I must make sure he dies today. He could become a problem for me in the future if I leave him alone, the Kazekage thought as he stared down on at the arena waiting for the next match to begin. In the stands, a disguised Kabuto stood confused since his master had not given the signal to start the invasion by now. He had thought it was because Sasuke was not there so he could keep an eye on the boy, but now, it was almost like his master was waiting for something. The genin cast his gaze towards where Naruto was talking to his Nara friend in the competitor's box and narrowed his eyes. Orochimaru-sama must want you dead, Naruto-kun, if he's postponed the invasion. Kabuto thought. The next match was supposed to be between Uchiha Sasuke and Sabaku no Gaara. It turned out, however, that Sasuke hadn't shown up, so his match was pushed back to last, much to frustration of the other competitors, though each of them for different reasons. The next match was between Nara Shikamaru and Sabaku no Tamari. Let's just say it was mostly one-sided. Shikamaru had thought up multiple strategies on top of strategies and finally managed to catch Tamari in his shadow jutsu, which rendered her practically defeated. He of course forfeited a moment later, saying it was too troublesome to continue. The match after that was supposed to be between Abarame Shino and Sabaku no Kankuro. That didn't happen, however. Kankuro had forfeited before the match even began, and almost instantly Shino and Shikamaru knew something was up. Shino discreetly drained Tamari and Kankuro of chakra, though his bugs refused to go near Gaara for some reason. Apparently his chakra was foul by bug standards. The final match of the quarter-finals finally began, however, between Uchiha Sasuke and Sabaku no Gaara. Sasuke had arrived just in time, though at the very last second, after being given another 5 minutes to arrive, with Kakashi. By now Naruto, Shikamaru, and Shino had come up to the stands and had met up with their friends. It turns out that Hinata had been healed by some umbu that was in the stadium during Naruto's match with Neji. Hey Naruto, Kakashi said as he approached his blonde student. Naruto looked over his shoulder and greeted him. Hey Kakashi-sensei, how are you? The copy-nin nodded as they turned their attention towards the match. I'm alright. I'm sorry I couldn't train you for the finals, Naruto, but I had other matters to attend to. Naruto nodded as he clenched his fists. Yeah, like teaching Sasuke cool jutsus, I bet. Kakashi looked saddened for a moment before saying, Hey now Naruto, I didn't dash. Chidori. Sasuke called out from the arena as his fist was engulfed in lightning. "You were saying," Naruto growled under his breath. "He needed it in order to effectively fight Gaara," Kakashi said, trying to defend himself as he saw his prized student move to attack a ball of sand that Gaara was now encased in. "Heh," Naruto chuckled slightly. "What's so funny?" Kakashi asked with a raised eyebrow. "It's funny because even with that new jutsu of his, he won't win," Naruto said with an almost darkened chuckle. "Why is it that you believe that?" the copy-nin asked as his eyes narrowed. Naruto shot him a small smirk, "Because he's fighting a demon container, we're not easily beaten by a thing like that." Kakashi's eyes widened in surprise as he saw Sasuke was forced to back off after he landed his Chidori attack. Sand erupted from the sphere that protected Gaara and began to batter the weakened Sasuke, much to the shock of the crowd. Just as Gaara was about to deal the finishing blow, Kakashi jumped down and retrieved his student as Genma called the match. After Kakashi laid Sasuke down in the stands next to a now tearful Sakura, Gaara called out to the stands, "Come out Uzumaki Naruto. Mother wants your blood." The stadium fell silent at the proclamation. Before the sound of footsteps could be heard, Naruto had turned and begun moving towards the stairs. "Naruto, you can't seriously be thinking of fighting that monster, are you? Look at what he did to Sasuke-kun." Sakura shouted in disbelief. Naruto just chuckled with his back towards her and the rest of the Rookie Nine, as they were called. "A monster, huh? You have no idea. He just kept walking, and made to pass his sensei. Naruto, you should forfeit. Gaara is not an ordinary shinobi, even I would be hard-pressed to defeat him," Kakashi told him truthfully. Naruto just shook his head and passed by his sensei in a heartbeat. "I can't do that, sensei, I can feel it, he's someone like me, I have to find out which one of us chose the right path." "Alright then, good luck," the copy-nin whispered as he watched his blonde student head down the stairs. "Was that really such a good idea, Kakashi?" Asuma asked him with a raised eyebrow. "Watch this match carefully and you'll find out the answer," was all Kakashi said as he turned his attention back down to the arena floor. Naruto reached the walked out on the arena floor while keeping his eyes on his opponent. The red-haired boy had a crazed look on his face which described his anger at not being allowed to kill the Uchiha in his last match. Naruto wouldn't admit it, but he was actually afraid of Gaara for the sheer power he possessed and the fact that he would kill anyone who caught his interest. Gaara was holding his head slightly with one hand and the other was clutching the closing wound that Sasuke had done to him during the last match. Sasuke really did a number on this guy, Naruto mused as he saw the wound. "Begin." Genma called out as he jumped away from the two fighters. Almost immediately Gaara sent a large cluster of sand at Naruto at high speeds, which Naruto tried to dodge as it came at him. He rolled under another line of sand and jumped onto the side of the arena wall while using chakra to stick to it. "Enough dodging," Naruto thought as he jumped off of the wall to avoid another cluster of sand from pummeling him. He made a hand seal and immediately 7 clones popped into existence beside him. "Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Hold still Uzumaki Naruto," Gaara said, crazed as he unleashed a wave of sand upon the clones. "Ryasabakuryu," he called out as he attacked. The clones were wiped out in matter of seconds, but so was Naruto as well, leaving the arena barren beside himself. "Come out Uzumaki Naruto." 3 clones appeared around him and attacked one at a time. The first was stabbed with a lance of sand, the second was cut in half and the last was slammed down onto the ground. It all happened in a matter of seconds, but it was just a distraction, and a test of sorts. A moment later Gaara turned only for Naruto to appear and deliver a solid punch to the Sunanin's face. Gaara grunted as he flew back several feet before skidding slightly and regaining his balance. He was testing how long it takes my sand to move. A crack had formed on his cheek, which signified that the layer of sand that protected his body had been hit. "This guy, how do I beat him? While I got friends who helped with my loneliness, he remained alone all this time," Naruto thought as he stared at his opponent. "Only then can you be truly strong." The distant memory echoed through his mind and his eyes hardened. What did he say? I can't remember. He growled in thought and watched as Gaara began to laugh. Now what? Gaara's laughter grew as sand began to creep up his body and engulfed him. It consumed him as his chaotic laughter echoed through the stadium until the sand took the shape of a raccoon with diamond-like eyes. You're interesting, Uzumaki Naruto. Gaara roared as he jumped towards the blonde. What is this feeling? Naruto thought as he felt anxiety, dread, and also excitement. Was it? He didn't know. What he did know, however, was that every part of him was screaming to fight and win. He jumped back as Gaara crashed down on where he was standing a moment ago. For some reason I don't want to lose to this guy. What's he doing? He's a sitting duck, Kiba growled as he watched the match. I am unsure. Shino commented, puzzled also. He's trying to find a reason to fight, Kakashi explained to the assembled group. A reason? What good will that do? Kiba asked, surprised. The Kappinen sighed and shook his head. If you were in his position, what would you fight for? Well, The Inyazuka Genin thought about it for a moment before answer. Well, I guess, my family and friends. I mean, I wouldn't want to let them down or nothing. Exactly, Naruto is the same way, but in this case he doesn't really have a reason to fight and so can't win against Gaara as he is now. Kakashi finished. What about Neji then? He beat Neji in the first round, so he must have a reason, Ino spoke up. Kakashi sighed with a nod. His reason for that was most likely for Hinata-san back in the preliminaries. Hey, take a look, he's fighting back again, Sakura said, catching their attention. Watch this match carefully, you're about to see exactly what Naruto is capable of. Kakashi said with a grin under his mask, surprising the assembled Genin and Jonin. What does he mean by that? The Genin asked in thought. Do you have someone precious to you? I understand now, Naruto whispered as he stood up. When a person has something they want to protect, that's when they become truly strong. I've been seeing his face since this fight started, but I couldn't seem to remember what he said or who he was. Now I know though, I will not lose to you. Naruto shouted as he started making hand seals as fast as he could. Come on, I just need to summon one of the lower toads, he thought as he slammed his open palm down on the ground. Cookie Yos no Jutsu, called out as a small red toad appeared in front of him. Hey bro, you must be Naruto. I've been told about you, the toad spoke. Gaara laughed at the sight and crossed his arms. This is what you bring forth to aid you? Pathetic. Suna shuriken, he let loose a volley of sand at him in the shape of a cluster of shuriken. Hold on. Naruto shouted as he grabbed the hold the toad and jumped to avoid the volley. He grunted in pain as 3 of the sand shurikens grazed his shoulder and leg. Damn. You okay bro? The toad asked, slightly worried. Naruto just chuckled in response since his wounds had already healed. I'm just fine, stay out of trouble until I need you. Run and hide, I gotcha. The name's Gamekaki, just so you know. Gamekaki did a mock salute and jumped away towards the nearby tree. Alright you, playtime's over, Naruto said as crimson chakra erupted from his body and engulfed him in what appeared to be flames. Let's go wild. Well, at least we know who trained him, Kakashi said as he grinned under his mask. Of course only Jiraiya-sama could have to summon toads and control that chakra, he finished. Guy nodded at his side, having assumed his thinking pose. Even so, to actually be able to use it in a stable form. Asuma nodded. Everyone from Konoha is in shock at seeing him wield it like this. That's 2 trump cards he's used in this match, that chakra and his summoning. I wonder if he's got anything else, Kakashi mused as he watched the 2 fighters charge at one another. Not likely, Katetsu said from the side. Kakashi just grinned under his mask. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure of that. Still, I wonder why Jiraiya-sama would teach a genin, let alone him of all people, Asuma wondered aloud. Kakashi narrowed his eyes at the man for a second. Naruto is no ordinary child. We are aware of that, Kakashi-san, Kurane stated. Kakashi just shook his head. No, you aren't. There are things about Naruto that no one in Konoha can understand, things that are far bigger than the burden he carries and would shake this village to its very foundations. He fell silent, allowing the other Jonin to think about what he had said. The small shockwave blew Gaara back, but he landed in a crouch and recovered in moments. A second later, Naruto appeared in front of him and landed a kick to his sand-covered head. He slammed hard into the arena wall, leaving a small crater in his wake. Almost instantly, Naruto was in front of him again and punched him into the wall with his red chakra-covered fist. Dust shot out from where they stood when he landed the blow, but it cleared just as fast. Naruto grabbed Gaara's sand tail and swung him round before slamming him into the wall again with even greater force. After a few more seconds passed, Naruto was blown back by Gaara's large sand claw and landed sprawled at the base of the nearby tree. Bro. Gamekaki asked as he saw his summoner stand up. I'm fine, he's tough, Naruto told him as he saw Gaara stand up also. Ha 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 ha. Gaara's laugh echoed throughout the stadium as sand began to gather around him. You amuse me, Uzumaki Naruto, he continued to laugh as the sand engulfed him in a column of sorts. Now what is he doing? Naruto asked in thought before the column of sand suddenly exploded upwards and outwards. Damn, he thought as he scrambled for cover. After the dust settled, he stepped out from behind the tree he had used with Gamekaki now resting on his head. Well shit. Where Gaara once stood now stood a 40-foot tall tanuki made of sand. This just got a lot harder. Heir, bro. How do you plan on beating this guy? Gamekaki asked him nervously. I'm working on it,